Okay, hey everyone, to another episode of On Point EDC. Today we have a cool review for you from the brand Bastion. Originally born out of Kickstarter back in 2017, now offering a full production line of pens and pencils made out of various materials from stainless steel to titanium and aluminum. These are proudly designed in America while being produced overseas. In terms of the product, this is a custom pen, some key common characteristics and design language. You're looking for something within this space. Of course, you're going to want that unique design language, something that is also fun and fidgetable in terms of its actuation, as well as a construction that is made out of premium materials. Now, this is their titanium slim bolt action pen, and it's a slim down take on their original minimalist silhouette, and it is compatible with Parker style cartridges, so one is included. Now, Bastion reached out to me, and they kind of gave me my pick of their lineup, and this is the one that I picked because I feel like this is kind of within that space. I like bolt action pens, I like titanium pens, I like slimmer titanium pens, so it really just made sense for them to send this in, so I do appreciate that. I don't have to send it back, but of course that doesn't really affect what I think about the product. I'm always here just kind of sharing my actual thoughts, and you guys know, if you're a fan of the channel, that I've had tons of great pens on the channel, and this is another one. I think this one is very strong. I think that it really delivers at this particular price point, especially when you factor in the discount codes that they regularly have, and they will have one for this particular video, thanks to so thanks to them for setting that up. So ABR 20 for average bros, and of course you'll get 20% discount on their entire product line. So even if you don't choose to buy the slim titanium variation for $100, which you'd get for 80, you could actually buy another one of their pens from another material that's even cheaper and still get a nice little discount. So with that said, let's go ahead, zoom the camera out, get this piece in hand, and take a closer look. Okay, now before we totally dive in, a quick customary wristwatch check. As you can see, I'm wearing this great RZE, and it has a very familiar silhouette, right? It's a total adventure and exploring watch. It has the 369 and the triangle at 12. And that's where there's a bit of a parallel to this pen. Titanium, you kind of take an idea and you do your own spin on it, right? And then you offer it, of course, at a more attainable price so that you can actually use the pen or the product as prescribed, as initially intended, right? You can go take this watch, and it's not a family heirloom, right? And you can go bang this up and go have an adventure and actually explore with it. Same thing here. You can have a titanium bolt action pen and be a little bit less worried about it because of the price point. So again, it'll, after the discount, $80, which I think is very, very strong. And even if you think that that isn't the greatest value proposition because these aren't constructed here in the US, of course, you can always get steel or a coated aluminum, which opens up a bunch of different colorways as well. I do like titanium, guys. Titanium watch, titanium pen, titanium flashlights, right? Titanium pocket knives. It's all fun. It's all fun here. So that's something that's fun. I do enjoy just the material of titanium because it's strong, it's lightweight, and it's quite premium. There's a certain sheen to it. Here you have a really nice satinized finish. So for some of you that are looking for something that is a little bit more refined in terms of its looks, I think that's very nice. But its construction is actually very solid and very, very rugged by comparison. Also, the materials here, this isn't, cheaper grade 2. This is grade 5 titanium. So you're going to get a nice little alloy there, which is going to add some strength, which is fantastic. So this has an all solid construction. There's not any plastic that's hiding in there apart from, the actual refill, which they don't make. But it's a Parker style cartridge that'll be in there. Of course, you do have this nice functional mechanism there. It does have quite a bit of tension on there, I will say, versus other bolt action pens that I've used, and I think a lot of that has to do with, hey, you do have that bigger nub there for the carrier assembly. So when you're doing this, you have more purchase, so you can actually utilize that a little bit more, and it can be a little bit more fun. And it has a very traditional J kind of path that it follows, while some other pens have made it a little bit easier to just kind of flick back and forth. Here you're getting a very traditional setup, and it's very simple. And same thing with the spring clip, very simple. That doesn't mean a bad thing. You think about let's say pocket knives like the Chris Reeve Sabenza spring clip, right? So it has that kind of very basic elemental, no frills, no fuss type of layout. It's not over engineered, it's overbuilt, but it's engineered, I think, to a nice level. It comes in a very nice little box here, as you guys can see, some magnets that kind of hold the flap down, and you get a little bit of cushion there, and that's exactly where your pen will be. So this is, of course, how it came to me, but we'll get that off camera now. And you guys can see this is a really nice little piece, very simple. Again, of course, my Marine Corps brain wants to go to, hey, if I had to use this as a weapon of opportunity, you absolutely could, right? You get nice purchase here. If you needed to, let's say, be a glass breaker, or some type of bludgeoning, or worst case scenario, some type of stabbing device. It's nice that it's very solid, and of course you could use a regular pen or pencil, but it's nice to have something that feels like it's sturdy. And that's one thing that I really will give to them. Although this is produced overseas, it's still a high grade of titanium, and it is a very nice one, and it is nicely designed, again, nicely finished. The tolerances are nice and tight here. Some of you are thinking this is like, hey, where's the opening here? If you turn this, you can see the seam. Close it away, seam is gone. So you can see that it has actually a very nice finish to it that I'm sure happens after that's constructed. And then once you get in, it doesn't have some of the bells and whistles that some of the more expensive pens might have, but everything works really good. You can see there is a nice little gasket there. You got your Parker style refill. You have, of course, that spring in there, which is has a nice amount of tension to it. If you want to take that out and look, everything is very solid. If you want to look at kind of the gauge of everything, this isn't, although it is titanium, it's not a super lightweight type of affair here. See, it's nicely signed, and we'll go ahead and put this back together. Ooh, got its click out of it. Again, disappears. A little piece of my nail kind of came off there from the end, a little sharp, but again, that's inside, you're not going to worry about that. One thing to consider is I do really like the way the raw kind of brushed satinized finish looks on here. Again, it can match with a titanium watch, titanium flashlight that has a nice brushing or satinization on it, and so it looks a little bit more classy and refined, while it is titanium, though, so it is going to pick up some scratches here and there. You can see, although there is, there are some healing, natures when it comes to titanium, because of the way the outer layer will oxidize and whatnot. A lot of times that can fill in scratches pretty easily, at least little surface ones, but this will take on a nice patina, and you can work with it. And if you want something that's going to just be a little bit more discreet, again, you can get something that is aluminum and coated for even less, and then you can have a gambit of different colors, and you can make this something a little bit more stylish, and then pay even less money and just kind of use it even more, I guess, within its what it was meant to be used. I know, right? Like, you buy this stuff, you want it to be tough and overbuilt, and a lot of times you don't put it to the test. It's, a lot of people buy SUVs and aren't really going off-road, buying trucks and not hauling anything, buying dive watches that can go, 200 meters, and, honestly, recreational diving is going to be typically more than 40 meters, right? And most of you aren't going to go deeper than 40 feet. So, yes, that's today's market. We do want to have things that are overly capable and really overbuilt. But the nice thing is, again, you can get something that fits that bill. And then, eventually there are some diminishing returns when it comes to luxury products, little chamfers, little bevels, little bits of technology or design that not everybody needs. And if you don't need it and you just want something very simple, why not save a little bit of money and, get something that does the job, right? It does the job and is cheap enough for you to actually be able to use it for the job. So I think that is definitely something that is appealing, within the space. I know I've reviewed some very expensive pens, and some people are just like, gosh, I would never spend that on a pen. Sometimes it's like you're a watch collector. You'd rather just spend that money on a watch. So again, as good as a deal as this is, there are even better values if you don't have to, if you're not a must-have slim titanium guy, right? But I do have a lot of nice slim titanium pens, so this kind of fits within my collecting profile. But in terms of the size, guys, this is going to be just 5.31 inches long, just about 9 millimeters thick there in terms of kind of the gauge of the shaft. And then getting to the weight, it's about 0.8 ounces. So not super light, not super heavy. That's one of the things I do like about titanium. Of course, if you get this in steel, it's going to be quite a bit heftier, which again is a nice thing. Let's say if you want something that feels really rugged, really overbuilt, sometimes you want to feel a little bit of that weight. Or let's say you want something just really minimalist, you can get something even lighter by getting it in aluminum. And then again, you can get whatever type of coating colors that are available. Definitely check the links in the description for the different options. So closing thoughts, guys, in-hand ergonomics, very smooth and balanced, nice bolt action. Again, it does have that higher spring tension as compared to some of the other different pens that I've reviewed on here in the past. So if you're somebody who's maybe felt some of these other pens on the market and felt like the spring was just a little bit soft, this is one I think you'll really enjoy. And again, because it does have the nice bolt, is a nice size in terms of that carrier assembly there, you get nice purchase. So it does have more resistance, but you have more purchase to work with that resistance, and then your path is more precise in terms of keeping it locked in. So I think that is very smart. Also, with the way that it's designed, if you were to try to put this in your pocket, you would have this little nub pushing on you, right? Depending on if you put it in your breast pocket of your shirt or your pant pocket, you'd have that pushing into your thigh. So it would hopefully prevent you from letting that leak in your pocket. You got it over to the side. Now everything comes in and it's nicely tucked away from your body. So that's another little kind of thing that I like when I see little thoughtful designs like that. I don't think they even market that. But I think obviously the engineers, when they were putting this together, they did do some nice, consideration in terms of the use case. Now, another nice thing here is that it is the slimmed down version, right? So it's a little bit more compact, less obtrusive. Although it does have a spring clip, it's definitely overbuilt compared to a typical plastic clip, right? Or even your basic spring clip from maybe another metal pen manufacturer, because you see it is quite thick in terms of the gauge of this titanium. And then you get to the placement, although, it's as far down as you can. The nice thing is having this much of the pen sticking out of your pocket isn't going to be an eyesore, and it's going to, of course, help you be able to draw that out of your pocket. I think it would have been nice if they might have had some type of knurling or something here, add a little extra grip in terms of functionality and kind of tactile engagement. I think that would have been cool, but it definitely is fine without it, because even just interlocking with these screw heads, you're going to be able to draw that out of any material pant or shirt pockets. Now, in terms of model variants, definitely check the site links for options and availability. Again, also, I'll leave that promo code in the description, ABR20, for that 20% discount if you do choose to buy one of these. I'm not set up as an affiliate. Actually, I don't think I'm set up as an affiliate anywhere. Maybe I should. But if you guys buy these, I'm just more interested that you guys get a good deal and not necessarily that I'm getting strong numbers or whatever like that. I think these at the price point of $80 are pretty good. And even if that's too much, you know, you get into lower brackets by just buying these and other materials. Aluminum, fantastic. Steel, also very nice. Now, in terms of comparable options, there's definitely a lot of bolt action pens on the market, many of which you've seen on this channel. And, you know, a lot that are within this $100 price point, right? In terms of the full list price, are, you know, some of the best are actually made in the USA. So I think at first glance, you might kind of write these off as being a little bit overpriced. But again, you can get these discounted, which helps. And even after my discount doesn't work after however long, who knows, they still do regularly have discounts just for, you know, signing up or being a first-time visitor. So again, you have a better chance. This is one of those brands where you can typically get a discount. There are other brands, some of the USA made brands that I really love and support, but you're pretty much not going to get a discount. And a lot of it has to do with their costs are higher, so they can't necessarily afford to get you that discount. Where Bastion, since these are being produced overseas, they can offer you those discounts. So that's something, again, for the consumer, can still be something that I think can be within your favor, especially if you're not into super over-engineered, over-designed stuff. You're just looking for something that's very simple and executed to a high level, that is made out of nice materials. I think this will really resonate with you. So for me, guys, the bottom line, you know, I definitely would consider this the brand's kind of top shelf configuration. And considering that after the discount, you can purchase this for closer to $80. Again, this is like the best thing that they make. If you can get that for $80 after a discount, you know, then you start thinking, oh man, imagine how much the $60 pen would be after a discount, right? So I think that's pretty smart. So again, even if you're not super into titanium like me and you're not a collector, and if you are a collector, you probably already bought one of these, right? But if you haven't, again, steel model if you want something that looks metal, which is great, or you can get it coated in a different color in terms of the aluminum options, which is going to be even lighter in terms of carry. And then, of course, it's going to have a nice coating on it, so you can kind of mix it up and get really playful with the colors there. Maybe it's a little bit harder for somebody to steal from you, because then it's a little bit more of a unique pen. But definitely let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you like this video, please do it like. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe for more content just like this. Oh, also, if some of you were wondering, like, oh man, why didn't he write with the pen? Well, it's because the the cartridge isn't really the main selling point. It uses Parker style refills. The main thing is really these bodies, right? If I was reviewing, let's say pens from manufacturers where they make the actual, the cartridge, then I think that's also part of the experience. But here, I mean, and you can put any Parker style refill, and whatever your preference is, whether it be a ballpoint or a gel pen or something like that, you can just put that in here, and then you'd be happy with it, right? So it doesn't really matter which one comes in here for free, at least not in my eyes. But again, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you like the video, please do it like, and if you haven't already, please subscribe for more content just like this. Thanks, guys.